Deb here. How are y'all doing today? I hope you guys are having a great day. And today I have some fun crafty projects we're going to be doing using the new December Mixed Media Kit. And I'm also going to be bringing in the scrapbook kit that we got for December. So this has some really super cute little ephemera pieces in here, some flowers, and some chipboard pieces that were just, I think it's going to look good in here. So I'm really excited about this. And then you've got these stickers that are in here. So we're going to create some fun little things using this set. Now this mixed media kit comes with a bunch of stuff. You get the Distress Oxide Spray Walnut Stain. You also get mica powder, okay? And then you get this cute little doorknob. That's for the front. Whoops, excuse me. And then you get this tree. You get some sparklies. And then you get these little guys that fit into here if you wanted to put them back in here. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for these chipboard pieces, I'm bringing in some of the old paints used from other mixed media kits. The green and the red are TCW paints from a kit, and if it's still available, I will definitely put all the links down below. Then there is the gold Paint Couture Antique Gold that I will be using on the bells. And then there is the Glamour Gel, which is Dark Wood by Stamperia, and that was, I think, in a last year's kit. But if it is still available, I will put all the links down below so you have access to those. So here I'm using the green. I'm going to paint all of the foliage green. Once I'm done painting the foliage, I will be painting the bells, and then the berries, and then the clock. Okay, so for this next part, we're going to go ahead and just apply glue to the front of the base of the large board of the printer tray. So this is the base. I'm just spreading some glue all the way around, and then I'm going to grab my paper that I'm using, and I'm just going to go ahead and place it on top. Now I only did 1/2 of the base. I didn't do the whole thing because glue dries pretty fast, so I'm just doing it in sections. So I will do the next section here. So I just lifted up the paper and then went ahead and spread my glue around the bottom portion of the base, and then I went ahead and just burnished that down the best I could. So you're just going to keep burnishing it down and until you feel that you've got it pretty good on there, and then you're going to set it aside to dry. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is grab the front of the printer's tray, and we're going to spray that with your Distress Oxide ink that you got in your kit. Now the Distress Oxide isn't as dark as a regular Distress ink or spray, so this is the walnut stain. And so what I did is I just went ahead and misted it across the top of this printer's tray platform. The form. And then what I did is I went ahead and added some water to the mica powder that you're going to receive, and I went ahead and just dipped a paper towel into the water with the mica powder, and I just went ahead and went across the entire frame with that. This gives it a little bit of a sparkle, and I just think that this looks really good. I really like how this turned out. Really gave it like that natural kind of wood look, like a stained wood. It really looks so pretty. I really love how that looked. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place some glue on the back of this, and again, I'm just grabbing my, I didn't use hot glue because hot glue dries pretty quick, so I used my liquid glue, my art glitter glue, and I'm going to place that all on the back and then just place the frame right on top of there. Next, you're going to go ahead and just burnish that down all over. And if you have any glue that seeps through like mine did, just grab a paper towel and wipe that away. Once you have everything burnished down and your glue wiped up, you are ready to go on to the next stage, which is decorating. Okay, so now it's time to decorate. And I found this little velvet ribbon that I had in my stash. So I placed that across that one area where it had like a border separating the two pieces right there on the paper. And then I went ahead and did like a little bow, and then I placed a little flower on top of it. Here is a frame that is actually from the October kit, or no, I'm sorry, from the November kit, and we're going to paint that with the gold. Okay, so I'm just letting you know that here what I did with the tree is I went ahead and just smashed the back part of the tree, and then I fluffed everything out once I got it really smashed, and then I placed hot glue on the back and then just went ahead and laid it down where I wanted it. And once I had it laid down, it stayed perfectly still. So here is this little snowman, and what I did is I decided to go ahead and I'm going to put some chip or cardboard on the back of him, and I'll show you that in a minute. But first of all, I decided to go ahead and use some of my faux snow. So I went ahead and built it up kind of high and thick around the border on the inside of that area. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with a few of the other little squares that I've got. I didn't fill each square with snow. I only did a couple, not every one. And so here, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm actually just putting the snow down, and then I'm going to do the tree. So I apologize for being out of the camera a little bit. And then here I'm just going to do the same thing on a few of the other windows, and I'm just laying down my faux snow, and then you know, kind of patting it off a little bit. So I did the rest of these windows here that you see, and then I'm going to go ahead and I stuck some chipboard on the back of that snowman, a couple of pieces so he would be up high, right? So it looks like he's like sitting in the snow. I just thought that would be super cute. And so I decided to go ahead and place some snow on top of him. So once I placed him down, I went ahead and just got some snow, my glue, went around him, and placed some snow down. So next, in the lower left-hand side, I did the clock. Now the clock I sprayed with the oxide ink, and then I went around it with the gold numbers, Roman numeral numbers. I went ahead and used a toothpick to color those in with the gold paint. Next, I went ahead and placed one of the hollies right in the corner, and the clock is sitting kind of like underneath that, and I'm gluing everything down. And then I went ahead and grabbed that 25th calendar that is in the sticker sheet, and I went ahead and grabbed that, and I trimmed around it, and that's going to sit in the middle of the clock. I just thought that would be like super cute. So but you can stick whatever you want. If you have little clock hands and you want to do that, you can do that. That would be cute. I just thought that would be a super cute way to bring in the 25th into the little printer's tray. And then here, I also, above that, I put the little kids that are standing in a line and to see Santa. And then here, this one, I stuck the Saint Nick in that corner in the upper right hand side. Here I decided to go ahead and place some faux snow in here. And so I'm grabbing my faux snow, and I'm just going to dump it all on there, and then spread it around with my finger. And then I'm going to go ahead and dump the residual off of there. and then I'm going to stick everything on. Now here I decided to go ahead and put some glue on top of the tree, and then grab some of that glitter that we have, and I'm spreading the glitter with the faux snow on top of that tree. So it's gonna, kind of blend. I was hoping that the snow would show a little bit more. It didn't really show a whole lot, but you could tell that there is something there, and then you can also see a little bit of a sparkly on that tree. So I just thought that looked really pretty. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue decorating this beautiful little printer's tray. So I did go ahead and put some cardboard on the back of that Saint Nick, just to pop him up a little bit more. And then I'm gluing down some of the flowers that are in the packet, in the scrapbook packet, and I'm just spreading out the little berries there in the center, and then I'm grabbing that large holly that we painted, and I'm going to go ahead and just stick that down right there in the center. I just thought that that would be a really good piece to put right in the center of this printer's tray, because it's just so pretty. I love it. So once you glue that down, you're going to go ahead and continue decorating. And here is that little frame, and we're going to put that on in just a bit. But first we're going to go ahead and we're going to place on these cards that are in the scrapbook kit. And I just love these. I just think these are so cool. And so I thought, 3 of them showing Santa, and then Santa watching the child, and then at the door. I just thought that that was super cute. And so I decided to go ahead and place some more snow on top of that area, so the tree would look like it was sitting in snow. So I went ahead and kind of built that up a little bit. Again, just layering my faux snow on top of each other. Once it dried, I went ahead and placed some more snow on top of it. So here I decided to go ahead and place some snow here on this part as well. And I'm not sure what's faux snow. If you have any, what you're using, you can use whichever you have available to you. Okay, so next we're going to be putting on the frame, and it's already painted with the gold paint. Again, that is the Paint Couture antique gold that we got in one of our kits, and if it's still available, I'll put it down below for you. So here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the middle part of the frame right in the center. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to place a couple of these little buttons. They're actually like flat back metal pieces with snowflakes in them, and we're going to go ahead and place those where the snowman is. Next, I went ahead and placed some cardboard on the back of that wreath, and I stuck that in the middle of the frame. And next we're going to go ahead and put these bells on. Now the bells again are painted with the antique gold paint. And then for the larger piece with the bells on it, I went ahead and did those with the gold as well. Okay, you guys, so we're done with our printer's tray, and I love how this turned out. It is so festive looking, right? And I just think it is so, so pretty. And what a great way to display everything, that we got in our kits. And then you can go ahead and set it out. You can either hang it up, or you can, just place it on the mantle where it's standing up like this, or, on a shelf, wherever you would like. I just think it is super festive. And so let me tell you what we did. And I'm going to start at the bottom instead of the top. So we're going to start here. Now with this clock piece, it looks like I kind of put white on there, but that is actually what the distress spray that you get in the mixed media kit looks like. So you're going to spray your clock if you have an extra one, or if you have, when you get one, you're going to spray your clock, okay, on with this, and then you're going to go ahead and if whatever paint you have, if you want to do black, or you can do black on your Roman numerals, or you could do the gold like I did. Now I used a toothpick to paint the gold on like this. Okay, that's what I did. And then I went ahead and just stuck this 25th of December on here in the middle. And then we went ahead and you saw me paint the foliage, the holly and the berries. And then the berries, I went ahead and stuck some red stickles on top of that to make them kind of shiny. So they look really good. And then here I stuck this little piece on where they're waiting for Santa, and then the snow on there. This one we stuck some of the little cards that are in the scrapbook kit, along with one of the little stickers from the sticker sheet, and then some faux snow. Here on this one, I left this one with the bird here, and then I just added the bells, and that's all I did. Now the bells I just painted gold, so you can paint your bells any color you want. I mean, you know, silver, you could do red and green like I did, or whatever you want to do. And then here I just went ahead again, used stickles. I painted the hollies red and then let it dry, and then I placed my stickles on top. Okay, same thing with the green. Then here on this side, I went ahead and smashed down the back of the tree so it was flat, used hot glue to stick that on, then did my mound of snow, did some cardboard on the back of the snowman to pop him up, and then used these silver metal pieces with the snowflake, you know, just as a decorative piece here, and then did some ribbon from my stash, and then used one of the small flowers here. Here we painted this frame gold, and then I went ahead and stuck some cardboard again on the back of the wreath, and then stuck that on there. And then we used some more of the red flowers, did some faux snow, stuck some cardboard on the back of Santa so he would be popped up. And then on this one, I did go ahead and stick a holly, the holly on this one. Now this is one whole piece, so this piece here is all connected. It looks like it's separate, but it's all connected. And so this whole piece right here is painted green, and then I did the red and green bell with the holly berries in red, and then did stickles on top of that once it dried. Once my paint dried on the bells, I went in with my toothpick and the gold paint, and that's when I did each line with my toothpick, and I colored everything in. So in case you're wondering how I did that, that's how I did it, was with using a little toothpick. Okay, so definitely adds a lot of accent to the bells in using your toothpick to get that you know, little lines done. I thought that looked really pretty. So anyway, that is my little printer's tray. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you guys try it out, and I'll put all the links down below for the products that I used. If they are still available for these here, I will definitely link them down below, okay? And if they're not linked, that means that they're not available. And if you haven't been to the shop, you need to go check it out. Always join us on our Facebook page over at the Trace Jolie Kit Club. So you, or actually it's Cafe Club. It's actually the Trace Jolie Cafe Club. And so that way you can go ahead and win a prize. You join our mood board and win a prize to purchase something at the Trace Jolie store. So you guys, thank you again for joining me. Take care, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye. Hey y'all, take a look at these fun crafty videos I have for you. And don't forget, if you want to see more of our past kits, go check out the Trace Jolie shop. Thanks again for joining me. Bye.